Hello everybody, this is Shalene of the Coloring Book Nook. We are working in Fantomorphia. This is part 2. I really didn't work on it much last night after making my video. I tried uploading my video 3 or 4 times yesterday and I gave up because it was very slow, and then it would get to a certain percentage and the internet would go out, and I'm like, I am done. So I got up this morning. It's a sunshiny day, there's no clouds, so I uploaded it this morning. Like, really? As I had and I started for the last time last night, I started to upload it again around 11:30, and then at midnight it started downpouring, so of course the internet went out and I said, okay, I'm going to bed, I'm done. So thankfully it was working this morning. I believe Miss Pearl is in here. She's sleeping. The dog is out in the hall. You may hear her bark. I don't know. You never know when something's being delivered at the house. I don't think anything's coming today, but who knows? She'll bark at the neighbors if they're walking. I don't like her barking at the neighbors. Because I don't like being barked at when I'm in my own yard. So last night I watched another movie on the DVR, because you guys know I'm trying to get all of my movies watched off of the DVR. Last night's movie was on Hallmark Movies and Mysteries, and it probably was on last year, and the series was Morning Show Mysteries. It has Holly Robinson Pete, and last night's episode was called Countdown to Murder. Yep. And no one has left a comment on the video I put up this morning, so I don't have anything to read. Hopefully I can get this one up today without any issues. I will watch another movie tonight. Tonight's movie, I think it's the last episode of the Morning Show Mysteries. I think there was only like 5 episodes to that series, and for some reason I was just missing the second episode. I don't know why, but I was. And I found I can't color for hours and hours on end, especially with pencils, because it does hurt your hand. So I really did not color much after the video. I just finished the second color that I was using for shading. So now I'm just on the third color and going into where the darker shades are. I like working with like 3 colors, and I'm going over the lines, making them a little bit darker. I did message with Robin today and my friend Karen. And then Karen was talking about she had watched a video on Heaven and Earth Designs, and I'm like, you know what? I only watch 2 Flosstubers, although Rachel Ray and Mickey Sunshine, there's a few other diamond painters that also do Flosstube. But I wanted to find some more Flosstubers. All I usually watch is Stitching with Sequins and Stitcherista. So I went on and I went on YouTube and I searched for Heaven and Earth Designs Flosstube videos, and I found a bunch. So I decided to just check out like their most recent video or the one that they did for Heaven and Earth Designs. So I watched Kristen Smith. I watched Stitching Brit. A Little Bit of Everything. Stitching Grandpa. He doesn't talk much. He just plays music. And that doesn't thrill me. I'm not into listening to like what he had playing. So yeah, that doesn't thrill me. I'd rather listen to someone chat. Unless the only time I don't mind the music and then I just mute it is when I'm following a color along. And like Chris Chain and Julie's Passion, they don't talk, they play music. So I just mute the music, and sometimes I put on my own music and I color along. But to do that with Flosstube video, I'm not stitching along with them, so I don't know, it's different. Where the color along, I'm doing what they're doing. So, yeah. I did subscribe to him though, and I had heard of him before, I've just never watched him. So, yeah. I watched Anxiety Art Adventures. She had her July finishes video up. I have to do like 3 or 4 months worth of finishes because some months I only had one finish, so I didn't do a video. So I will be doing that this month. I know you can't see it real clear on camera what I'm doing, but I can see the difference on here. And I finished my book. It is, what time is it now? It's 2:15. And I finished my book maybe an hour and a half ago. Loved it. It is 5-star. The storyline, the book is called Bad for You by J. Daniels. It is the 3rd book of a series. I did not read the first 2 books, and there is more to it. So maybe sometime I will read the rest. But this was a book that was given to me by the publisher. And so I wanted to get it read, and I looked to see if I could get it from the library as a Kindle book. And so I did that because I can do text to speech. And I just read quicker on a Kindle. So I did that and loved the book. The main character, there's 2 of them. Sean and why do I do Shayla? So they both work in a restaurant. She's a waitress, he's a cook. And she also opened up a hairdressing business in her apartment. She has a 2-bedroom apartment, so she bought all the equipment to put into one of the bedrooms, and she started it in her apartment. But her and Sean work together, and she has liked him for over a year, and she would talk to him all the time and he would listen. And then all of a sudden he stopped having anything to do with her and he shut her down. Well, as we come to find out, he came from a horrible background, and his father had walked out on them, and his mom was a drunk and a drug user and told him he was nothing, he was useless, he was worthless. And he believed that all of his life, got into trouble for stealing because he would be hungry and she wouldn't feed him for days. So you're finding out what kind of childhood he had. And then, of course, stealing and that got into trouble with the law. And so things like that are going on. He doesn't feel like he deserves anybody, and he bought a house and it's a big fixer-upper. So he's trying to fix it up. And you know they're going to end up together. And Shayla's trying to teach him that he is worth something. He is a nice guy. And she's trying to get him to change his outlook. So I really loved the book. It had me in tears sometimes because of the way he was treated as a child. So well written. There is, I'm going to tell you, because some people don't like that, there's a lot of sex in it. A lot of the F word. But that doesn't bother me. Just really, the storyline was just really good. And my heart just went out to the main character, Sean, because it was horrible how he was treated. And you know deep down in your heart that really goes on in real life. So then your heart's out there for all these kids that live in that type of situation. And I wrote a bunch of book reviews. I still have 3 more to write. They won't go on my blog till the beginning of August. And I have a blog tour tomorrow. And she still has not sent me my blog tour materials. And this blog tour company does this to me a lot. They don't send me the book till exactly a week from the date that my blog tour is due. And then I don't get the materials till the day before. So if I have issues with my internet, I can't always get them up on time. And it really makes me mad because today is gorgeous. I can get my blog tour put up, but she still has not sent it to me. She told me she was sending it to me last night. Yeah, and I looked in my spam folder. And the thing is, it's one of my favorite blog tour companies. But for some reason, they're just, I don't know if they're slacking off or what's going on. because I don't get my books from them through NetGalley. I get them directly from them. So it really irritates me because I like to have my books read in advance enough so I'm not struggling. I like to read all of my blog tour books for the month, the first week of the month. So then I can concentrate on series and other books. And right now I'm only trying to do one blog tour a week. Which is working great. I'm doing a lot of cover reveals and release blitzes, but as far as doing reviews of books for blog tours, I'm doing one a week. Then I can do reviews on all my other books I'm reading. So this tree, these branches and that are all kind of time consuming, but I'm enjoying this. I have not watched. Sammy was live today, but I was uploading my videos, so I couldn't go in her live stream. Because when I'm uploading, I can't do anything else. Sometimes I can't even send Facebook messages while it's uploading. So I read my book while it was uploading. The next book I am going to read came out today, and that is Paradise Cove by Jenny Holiday. It is the second book. The first book is called Mermaid Inn, and I did read that one and I really liked it, so I'm going to start this one next. I'll probably start it today. It's like I said, I can only color so long and then my fingers hurt and my hands, so I still got laundry to put away. It's all folded and sitting in a basket. I just need to put it away. It's still hot and humid out. Today is a high of 85 with humidity. I didn't take anything out of the freezer for dinner, so I know there's one more freezer meal, like a banquet type meal. It's turkey and gravy, so I think I can nuke that in the microwave. If I have to put it in the oven, that's okay because I don't sit in the kitchen while it's cooking, so I didn't look. And then I have mashed cauliflower to go with that because I can't have potatoes. Hold on. Daenerys, come. Daenerys, come. Come on. Get in here. Come on. Come in here with me. Go lay down with Miss Pearl. Okay. I should have brought her in here to begin with. She's funny because I will sit on the couch all day and read, and she won't come lay with me. But as soon as Scott walks in that family room and sits down next to me, she wants on the couch, and she won't leave him alone. She's going after him. She wants him to play. But as soon as he gets up off the couch to go play with her or whatever, she hurries up and jumps up on the couch. Such a jealous dog. Oh, I found another branch I didn't color. Oh, I gotta sharpen this. So yeah, she's been doing that all week. Little brat. She's a little brat. And I was talking about Ruby and her fleas, and I didn't see any fleas, so I'm thinking she just got dry skin maybe, or I'm not seeing the fleas, or the flea medicine did work and she's just got dry skin. I don't know, but she is healing. I've put on more Neosporin and it's healing, so I'm waiting to see if it keeps healing, if I'm going to call the vet or not. If she doesn't continue to heal, then I'll call, but I'm always the type to try the home remedies first, try things that the vets had me do in the past. Because they're going to ask me, well, did you do this? Did you do that? Well, no, and then I'll feel stupid for taking her in when I didn't even try what they've recommended in the past. So, yep. And then I went to go let the dog out last night, and there was a package on my porch. She never barked. It is it DHL were here, and it was my 2 diamond paintings from Treasure Studios Art. So next week you will get a unboxing of those, because there's 2 of them, 2 kits. And then I found out that there's a Bella Safina Facebook group, so I joined that. And she has, next month, she has some more pre-orders. So I am down for a pre-order already. But there's a mermaid one that I want to pre-order. I'm all set on, Diamond Art Club I have a ton of. So, and there's something about Bella Safina. Her images are so pretty. And then she does special things with the pens, and you get cover minders. Everything's all handmade. she hand makes things on the diamond painting pens that come in the kits. It's just amazing what she does. Wish this would keep the point longer on this pencil. Coloring book wise, I don't know of what else is coming out there. I did order the new Mystic Art mirrors, but that hasn't been shipped yet. At least I haven't gotten an email it was shipped. And I did pre-order the new Hannah Carls in. So I don't remember when that gets shipped out. So the only other ones that I want, you know, whenever there's new ones, is Johanna Basford, Kirby Rosanis, Jasmine Beckett Griffith. I haven't even colored, I don't think, in the last one I have. I might do a Alice in Wonderland theme for a month or two on here, that you can either color anything that's Alice in Wonderland or diamond paint, because I have both. I have a few Alice in Wonderland type diamond paintings and some coloring books, so I may do something like that. But I don't know when, because the next picture I decided, or the next canvas that I have decided to do when I finish Mona. Mona is a Hannah Lynn from Diamond Art Club. So when that one is finished, I am going to do the Naughty Frog that came from Evermoment, because I have not done an Evermoment yet. And I want to do that Naughty Frog. And then I have Halloween diamond painting along coming up in September. I believe it starts in September. And that came in yesterday. It was called Halloween Selfie from Treasure Studios Art. So I have that, but I also pre-ordered from Bella Safina Hallows Eve and Hallow Eve, and I don't know when I will get that, if I will get that on time. I'm not sure. So coloring still, yeah, so any new coloring books, you know, it depends on the artist. I don't really want any more Heather Valentine. I have a lot. I have a few Sherry Baldies. I don't want any more Jade Summer. I'm not into Jade Summer anymore. So I'm happy with what I have. I did get the new Luminance pencils. I want the new Black Widow Monarch. What else? I know I want the whole set of the Arteza colored pencils. I have the 72 set, but I want the newer set, and it was sold out when I had the money. I don't know if it still is. Otherwise, I'm good. I know the coloring pencils have a bigger set that I don't have, but I don't use them a lot. I just like owning all of them that I do have so that I can use all the colors. So did any of you order the new Black Widow Monarch pencils? Do you have new coloring books coming in? Are you doing any of the color alongs? I'm liking this. And then I'll go back in with the lighter color and go over all of it. Okay. I see that they have some changes on Dancing with the Stars. The two hosts are not on it anymore. I know Tyra Banks is on it. So I'm gathering maybe Tyra Banks is not on America's Got Talent anymore. Or is she doing both? And I think I mentioned yesterday, that I was sad Regis Philbin had passed away. He was 88. And I had watched like every episode of him and Kathy Lee. It says that her first date on there was in 85. And I started watching it in 88. But I think like when they were on vacations and they showed repeats, I did end up, I remember seeing her first episode, so I must have watched them when they were on repeats. And I didn't babysit. I didn't work from August of 1988 till July of 2006. No, I didn't. Yeah, I didn't work from August 1988 till Memorial Day, the day after Memorial Day of 2007. So all of that time I watched all the episodes of Regis when he was on Regis and Kathy Lee and Regis and Kelly. And then I watched Kelly with Michael Strahan, and I was DVRing it. And then when they picked Ryan Seacrest as her co-host, I'm like, I'm done, because I am not a fan of Ryan Seacrest. I don't know why. He just rubs me the wrong way. So I have not watched it in a couple years. The one show I do DVR though is when they do their Halloween, and I forgot to DVR it last year. Those were always my favorite episodes. And I know, was it Mrs. Green Thumb, Mrs. Green Jeans, whatever her name was on there, she passed away of cancer a long time ago. And I know Claudia Cohen, that did their entertainment, she had passed away also a few years ago, I think from breast cancer. And I don't know if Art Moore is still on there because he's like really old. I thought he was older than Regis. And I'm pretty sure Gelman is still on it. So I remember when he first started, is he the producer of the show? And oh my gosh, he was so different than he is now. No, I didn't watch. I used to watch TV. I would have the TV on from the time I got up in the morning until I went to bed. And I cross-stitched. I didn't color then. I did read in the summer. I didn't read a lot in the cooler months because that's when I cross-stitched. We didn't have, you know, the air conditioner like I do now. And it's too hot to cross-stitch when it's hot and humid out. So I would read all summer. But I had the TV on all the time. I would watch Live with Regis. I would watch... What else did I watch? I watched soap operas. I watched Young and the Restless, Bold and the Beautiful, As the World Turns, and General Hospital, and what was it? Port Charles, when that used to be on. And then I got away from, I would get sick of the storylines taking so long to wrap up that I just stopped watching them. So I even stopped watching General Hospital for quite a few years and picked it back up and really didn't miss anything except for one person that had died. But other than that, it would be on all the time. And back then you didn't have a DVR. You had to video record. So I had, you know, the VHS. And so I was filling those up too and watching shows. So yeah, I'm glad I do DVR the shows that I watch because then I can skip through the commercials. But yeah, TV was on all the time. I remember watching Oprah every day, Dr. Phil. Dr. Phil's not like he was when he first started out. I really liked watching him when he first started out, but seems like it's changed. Who else did I watch? Because I didn't watch a lot of talk shows, but I loved Oprah and Dr. Phil. And then when I had a chance, I would watch The Chew. I watched Home and Family. Now, Home and Family first started out on ABC in the mornings. And it had Christina Ferrari and Chuck Woolery, and then Chuck left, and oh my gosh, what's his name? He filled in. Oh, he's a comedian. Can't remember his name now. I can see his face, I just can't remember his name. So he was on it for a long time, and then that went off the air, and then it went on for a while on what was called the Family Channel, which is now Freeform. And it was on there for a while, and then it went off, and now it's on the Hallmark Channel, and I know it has Cameron Matheson, but it used to have Mark Steinus on it and Paige. And then Paige left, and then Christina came back on and was on it with him for a while. And then Christina left, and I don't remember who the woman is now, but I used to watch all of those. And I learned a lot on doing things around the house watching them. I mean, they're different shows now, but when it was on ABC in the mornings, you had the two brothers that they did home repairs and stuff like that. And then you had a gardener on, and then you had the cook. And I forget what her name is. She was the cook on there, and the gardener. And they're not on the newer shows. Jamie was the cook. So yeah, and Woody was still the producer, and I believe he still is. I don't know, and it's just a little bit different now, you know, they do different things. But yeah, I would watch a lot of TV. And I always watched Entertainment Tonight. I don't care for it anymore. I don't know if it's changed, but I loved it. It had John Tesh, Mary Hart, and Lisa Gibbons. That's how old, you know, I'm talking about late 80s, early 90s. And then they left, and then it had more people. Mary Hart stayed on it for a long time. And then I don't even know who's on it now. I don't watch it, but I always kept up with all the celebrities. I knew who was getting married, who was getting divorced, who was having kids, who was on what show, and I was really good with that. But I think because I don't watch TV as much anymore, that's why I don't watch it. Trying to think if there was other talk shows. What was her name? She wore the red glasses. What was her name? I watched some of hers. I didn't watch them all, but I'd watch them once in a while. I need to stay up when Jimmy, is it Jimmy Fallon? Is the one I like. I don't know if he's come back on live. I know he was doing it from home, but now that I'm staying up, I should check and see if his show's back on. You know, since the pandemic, all the shows have been done a little bit differently. But I was never really into the nighttime talk shows. But I do like to watch Jimmy Fallon, especially when they do the lip syncing or karaoke or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I watched a lot of TV. All the older shows, you know, I've seen all the episodes of Brady Bunch, Full House. I missed the last season of Family Matters, was it? With Urkel. Watched all the episodes of Growing Pains. There's a lot of them older shows I watched. I watched Dallas, 90210, Melrose Place. What's the other one? One with the Carringtons. What was it? Dynasty. All the episodes of Dynasty. I saw all those. I mean, I would DVR and watch so many shows. And I cross-stitched all the time, from the time I got up till I went to bed. So the TV was on all the time. And the kids would be in school. And then they got into middle grade. Well, even in elementary, they were in sports. So I spent a lot of time, at the fields and that. And Scott, he's always worked the 2 jobs. He's always had 2 jobs. He's been at that gas station for almost 30 years. Oh, and I used to watch NFL, so I would watch all the games I could on Sundays, Sunday night, Monday night football. Then I got into NASCAR, and I would watch all those races. And then I just kind of stopped watching the sports. So the only ones that I get into is the Olympics. I watch the Olympics. I was never into the baseball. I like to go into baseball games in person. They're more fun than watching them on TV. I've been to 1 Buffalo Bills game. I enjoyed it, but you can see it better on TV. So, yeah, I wasn't into hockey. I wasn't into any of that. I used to watch the ice skating. I only watch that during the Olympics now. And we never had cable because they never came down this road. And I've lived here. We moved in Halloween Day of 1987. And we had, a regular antenna up on the roof for the TV. And then we got the satellite dish that rotated. Do you remember those? They rotated. So we had that for many years. And then these type of satellite dishes came out where they don't rotate. So we switched to that, and we've had one of these ever since. Because cable still hasn't come down it's come down the road, but not to my part of the road. I don't know why. There's like 30 houses here. So yeah, we've always had a dish, and those other dishes that rotated, those were big honking mesh looking things. I loved it. We got a lot of different channels on that, though. You know, you want to go to A5, channel 6. Remember? Any of you that had them, remember? Those were huge ass looking things up on the roof of your house or on in your yard. Now they're small and they stay put. I would love it if I could get regular internet without a dish, because I probably wouldn't have Dish Network. I would buy just some apps for the smart TVs, because they do have apps anyways, and I do watch some, but I don't have unlimited internet. But I do have enough for just my use. Yeah, I forgot all about those big ass dishes. Oh my God. I think G5 was the best satellite position for the dish, because you could pick up a lot of things on that. So I think the motor had gone on it at one point and they couldn't come out for a while, so I had Scott go up on the roof and rotate it by hand to get it to the G5 section so we could watch all the shows that we normally watched on that. Yep, good times. Plus I would go and visit my grandparents a lot, my mom's parents. I was close to them. My grandfather passed away in '89. I was pregnant with Justin. And my grandmother never drove. She never got her driver's license, so my mom and I would take turns taking her grocery shopping. So I kept busy with the boys, you know, and my parents still lived on the lake back then when my kids were little, so I would go there at least once a week and take the boys out in the lake. Especially when they were toddlers, I'd put sunscreen all over them, put them on a raft, and I would walk back and forth from their neighbor's dock to my parents while they took naps on the raft. That's why I was skinny. So I was trying to, Sally Jessica Raphael, what was her name that wore the red glasses? I know you guys will say it. You guys are probably shouting it. Yeah, I didn't watch all of hers. I watched some of them. What else did I watch? I think that was it. Happy Days. Always watched Happy Days. Joni loves Chachi. 8 is Enough. Remember 8 is Enough? Yep. Liked that show too. Designing Women. And of course, the Golden Girls. Can't forget the Golden Girls. Had to watch that. What was on with the Golden Girls? What was that? Empty Nest? Was that what it was? Oh, I got this color done too. So I might have to go look up some videos on how to do metal so I can do up the swords. Either that or not really care and use my metallic pencils for some of it. Because where there's the little details, I think I want to do some of that in either reds or blues or greens. So I'm going to have to figure out what I want to do. I might do those off camera. So then we'll start a different picture tomorrow, and I'm not sure. I think I'm going to do the picture I need to print up still from Kel O'Gorman for a Facebook group, Color Along. I think this is the one. Is this the one I used? Yep. This is the one I used for a base. So I am just going to go back in and very lightly go over everything. Now I can do that while listening to a book or watching some videos. I should probably catch up on some videos. Yeah, I'm liking this. I need to bring this plastic out a little bit. Maybe I can finish this picture today. So when I'm done with this color and going over it all, I'll go and put laundry away, give my hand a break. It's not like diamond painting and cross stitching. My hands don't get sore doing that. And if I did a picture with markers, it probably wouldn't either. So I did do number generator. For my cross stitch, because I have 29. Well, they call them UFOs. For cross stitching, they are UFOs. They're unfinished objects, and they're something that you haven't touched in a long time. A whip is something that you've been working on. So a UFO is an unfinished object, and a whip is what you're working on. So I have 29 whips or UFOs of cross stitching. So I'm still working on Fairy Grandmother, and I'm going to continue working on her until she's finished. But I wanted to see what one I should work on when she's done. So I used Number Generator and Fly Butterfly one. Fly Butterfly is a Heaven and Earth design, and it's by, what's her name? Kewick? I think that's the last name of the artist is Kewick. So when Fairy Godmother's done, I'm pulling that out next. And it's not a big Heaven and Earth design, but I do need to work on Justin's stocking. He picked out a design. Scott and Dylan have cross-stitched stockings, and I hang them up in the winter at Christmas time. And I had a friend sew them up for me. And so Justin wanted one, and his is a dragon that is Garden Treasure. And it's from Heaven and Earth Designs, and I started it many, 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 many years ago. So I do need to focus on that too. Whoops. I don't want to color that down there. That's part of the sword. And I know, like I said, for the next diamond painting, I'm going to do Naughty Frog by Evermoment. And I did do an unboxing of that. So I did not do a number generator for the diamond painting. And I was going to do number generator for my coloring whips, but I already have an idea of what one I'm doing. I have a question for you guys though. Have you ever started a picture for coloring and decided you really don't like it and don't want to finish it? Do you actually finish it, or maybe sometime further on down the line maybe you'll finish it, or not worry about it? Because I'm at that point with at least one of my whips, coloring whips. I'm like, do I really, really want to finish it? Because when I pull it out, I sit there and I go, I don't really like the picture. And I know I don't have to like every single picture in every single book. Because that would be weird anyways. But I think I need to give my hand a break. So I'm going to go put away laundry. I do like how these pencils color in this book. And I will have the links down below for the pencils and the book. They are on Amazon. So yeah, let me know what you're doing, what you're working on. I'm gonna call it quits. It's looking really nice. I'm happy with this. Even though it was simple, I used 3 colors. I like how it looks. I will talk to you all again. I'll probably do another video tomorrow. I'm having dinner at Dylan's tomorrow night, so I'll probably make the video in the morning. Depends if I have anything to talk about. It might be Thursday instead. I might skip a day. So, I will see you all later. You all have a great day. Love you guys. Bye-bye.